Hey guys, the biggest arsehole in the Assassin's Creed community here today, and welcome back to another video about Assassin's Creed Empire. So today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the black box missions and assassination targets in Assassin's Creed Empire, and how I kind of want them to play out, and what Ubisoft could possibly improve on in terms of the black box missions in Assassin's Creed Empire, because in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, they weren't perfect. They were alright, but they were certainly better than Unity's, but then they weren't perfect again because they weren't free enough. And we all know the assassination targets and little black box missions are a huge part of Assassin's Creed. I mean, they've only recently become black box missions, but the assassination target missions have always been very important in Assassin's Creed, hence, you know, you being an assassin and killing your targets on missions. So, we're going to talk a little bit about the black box missions today and how Ubisoft can improve on them in the future. So let's get straight into the video. Okay, so the first thing I want to say about the black box missions in Assassin's Creed Empire is that they should be a lot more free than the last two games have been. Now, Assassin's Creed Syndicate is probably better than Unity's, but it's still not completely free enough. It kind of holds your hand through the assassination and tells you exactly what to do. And I don't want this. I want them to let the player figure it out for themselves and just find those different opportunities and find them for themselves, instead of having these markers on the map telling you how to do things and basically just proffering these things towards you and being like, yeah, that's how you do it, do this and you'll get the unique kill. I'd much prefer if they made it so it was a lot more free and there was a lot more things you could do, but it didn't tell you how to do them. You had to figure them out for yourself and kind of test things, because that's kind of like the glory of like these missions. It kind of rewards you for being intelligent and kind of figuring your own way around things, and you feel rewarded yourself, really, because you kind of think, yeah, I did that all by myself. I had no fucking help from Ubisoft. They weren't just completely holding my hand through the mission. And you kind of feel like you're getting better at the game and that your skills in stealth are better. And it also kind of makes the stealth skill tree worthwhile, instead of it just being completely useless like it was in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, because you've got to kind of work out things, use eagle vision, use your stealth, and stealth actually becomes a viable option, instead of it just being like, oh yeah, we know how to get to this place, let's go there completely recklessly because we know exactly where it is, and we know when we should be stealthily, know when we can fucking just fuck shit up. And it'd just be cool, say if you were walking around and eavesdropping on people, like, it doesn't tell you can eavesdrop on them, but you do it because it's something that you can do in the black box mission, and they kind of tell you something about the target, like a weakness, and then you can use that to your advantage, and it says in the top right as a little notification, it goes, oh, the target is weak to so-and-so, or you can get to the target through so-and-so at this location, or there's a key to a door in a certain place, and it just make it so you have to find all this information out for yourself inside of the black box mission, so then you can get to your target, and it'd be ultimately a lot more rewarding because you did it all yourself and you felt like you planned out your mission, instead of just being, you know, completely having your hand held through the mission and it was just easy as fuck like it was in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Because in Syndicate there were markers on the map telling you where keys were, where people that could assist you were, and I didn't like that. I much prefer feeling very alone in these missions and, you know, kind of having to put your skills to the test in an actual mission. It feels a lot better like that. It's kind of like if you played the game without HUD, then you actually kind of get that feel for things. But then if you've already played it, then you know where all the stuff is anyway, so it's kind of just like, yes, it's a bit shit because there's only like 2 optional things that you can do and then you get the unique kill, instead of there being a load of things that you can do that aren't mentioned on the map or aren't mentioned to you anywhere in the game. You have to figure them out for yourself. It's all about kind of feeling rewarded when you actually finish the assassination, instead of just, you know, feeling like, oh, I've done that because I've done what Ubisoft want me to do. You kind of do it your own way and, like, you know, just forge your own way of doing things, and it kind of reflects how you play the game, because you could either do it as in a combat style, or you could do it stealthily, you could do it non-lethal, and, you know, it would just be a lot cooler if you could choose your own decisions and do everything you want to do instead of doing things that the game wants you to do. Ubisoft could take a lot of inspiration from Hitman. Now, I haven't played the new Hitman game, but the last game that I played was Hitman Absolution, and that had absolutely excellent laid out missions in terms of stealth and things that you could do, because it didn't hand everything to you on a plate. You had to figure it out for yourself and do it your own way, instead of having entry points and, you know, keys marked on the map and like people you had to kill marked on the map and stuff. It was just like, you've got this mission, you've got to go and kill this guy, do it your own way and figure it out for yourself, which is really good, because you feel as if you are doing it yourself, as I said earlier, and it's so much more rewarding than having the game hold your hand. So Hitman would definitely be a great thing for Assassin's Creed to, you know, take inspiration from, not completely copy it, because obviously that's not what Assassin's Creed is. It's not Hitman at all, but I'd like to kind of see Assassin's Creed kind of take on the fact that these missions should be very free, and you can choose what you want to do, and, you know, you're kind of sat there in this mission and, you know, you have to figure it out for yourself instead of being handed it to you on a plate. I want to kind of feel like I'm in this mission, this really important mission that will require stealth or like a specialized type of gameplay to actually finish and do it perfectly. It kind of in Assassin's Creed 1, when you did the assassination missions, those were incredibly free. You could literally do whatever you want in those, and there was no like set mechanics in place. This is probably because it was an old game, but then it did work incredibly well. There was actually nothing you could do in terms of changing how the assassination played out, and there was nothing to assist you. But there was that element of feeling very free and choosing what you wanted to do. So I would want that feeling of being just plonked down in this mission and having to figure it out for yourself. The kind of how it was in Assassin's Creed 1, but then also have things to do in it, like, you know, the keys and the people you have to kill, and, you know, blending with the crowds and stuff. But they're not given to you at all. You have to figure them out for yourself, as I keep saying through this video. But yeah, so also something else I'd like to see is like social stealth and like blending, because that is literally not used anymore at all in the Assassin's Creed games. Blending is just something that is completely gone. Like, you can still do it, but who the fuck blends anymore? Like, in the older games like the Ezio trilogy and even Assassin's Creed 1, I would blend all the time because it was a really useful thing and it helped you get to your target. But in the later games, blending just seems incredibly useless and like a completely pointless and fruitless thing to do, because it doesn't really assist you an awful lot. Like, there's no targets that are like by massive crowds anymore, and it completely seems completely pointless. So in Assassin's Creed Empire, there should be huge crowds, and you have to use these crowds to your advantage to get to your target, because I loved the crowds and being the blade in the crowd. It was an awesome feature, something that other games don't really have. So the fact that you can blend in a crowd and use that to your stealthy advantage, then, you know, it was just fucking awesome. The fact it's not in the games anymore is kind of sad, because it was such a unique feature about the Assassin's Creed series. So in Assassin's Creed Empire, I imagine having like a guy on a huge podium, like he's surrounded by a huge crowd, and you're kind of in this crowd and you're blending with them, you're gentle pushing them out of the way, and it's all immersive and shit. And then you use this crowd to your advantage, and you can kill him from the crowd, you can kill him like from above, you can do whatever the fuck you want. There's loads of different things you could do. Maybe you could rile the crowd up and get them to go against him, or yeah, it's just, there's some really cool things that you could do, especially in an ancient Egyptian setting, in terms of how the black box missions could play out and how they could be. It's just, there's so many awesome things that Ubisoft could do, and I'd really want this sense of being completely free and, you know, just having all these different opportunities that aren't handed to you on a plate completely. Kind of like the Majd Haddin assassination. I'm pretty sure that is the slave guy. I mean, not the slave guy, I mean the guy that was hanging the people. There was a huge crowd, and if you actually did enough investigations, you could have got that crowd to, you know, be a little closer, so you could actually go up onto the stage and you know, with these monks, you go on stage with a group of monks, and then you could actually kill him stealthily with the monks. That was fucking awesome. I'd love to see something like that in Assassin's Creed Empire, where if you do enough investigations, then you can actually, you know, use that to your advantage, and stuff in the mission will change, and you know, there'll be more opportunities for you to take your target out. I think that was an incredibly fucking awesome thing, especially because it was in Assassin's Creed 1, which was such an old game, which didn't have those kind of, you know, mechanics in place. It was a really awesome thing, and it added to the immersion where you could, you know, beat that blade in the crowd, and there was a stealthy option instead of just, you know, having to fight Mashtadin. You could do the stealthy option, which was fucking awesome. So I'd like to see the investigations come back as well, because they would directly affect the black box missions and kind of give you more information on how to take your target down and give you weaknesses about your target, because that was what Altair did in Assassin's Creed 1. He learned about his target and learned his weaknesses, so then he could, you know, have an easier kill. And these investigations could include all the original ones from Assassin's Creed 1, and also loads more as well, like, I don't know, eavesdropping on guards instead of just normal civilians, and maybe even tailing associates of the assassination target and kind of learning more about them, or even killing people to loot letters off of them which tell them more about, like, the weaknesses of the target and information about where they'll be staying, and you know, who they'll be with and who they'll be guarded by. And you know, there could just be so many different investigations that you could do for the target. I personally love the investigations from Assassin's Creed 1 because it made you feel like you were actually working towards killing this Templar target, opposed to just going in there and killing them straight away. It gave you a lot more depth and kind of realism to it, instead of just the assassin knowing exactly what to do. I loved the investigations personally, and I'd love to see him come back in Assassin's Creed Empire, but they could also be optional. You don't have to do the investigations, but they do help you an awful lot with the assassination of the black box mission. So I think it'd be awesome, because you could have like a little meter that fills up, like, you know, you do one investigation, it gives you a certain amount of, you know, investigation points or investigation percentage, and then once you got 100%, you'll be completely 100% ready for the assassination, and you can go into the assassination with like 15, 10%, 25%, and you can still do it that way, but you won't have as much of an advantage as you would if you had that full 100%. So there's nothing else I can really say about the black box missions in Assassin's Creed Empire. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new, as I do a lot of Assassin's Creed content on my channel, and you know, this would be a great channel to subscribe to if you enjoy Assassin's Creed videos, because I cover all the news and information and speculation on Assassin's Creed as a whole. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, comment down in the comment section below what you want the black box missions to be like in Assassin's Creed Empire, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.